The concentric constraint in Autodesk Inventor is used to make two circular features share the same center point. So when you have a hole that's supposed to be lined up with the middle of, let's say, a circular pipe, you want that hole to be centered, you could use the concentric constraint to line up that inner circle with the outer circle so that they share the same center point. So let's start here with my first example. I have two circles with different diameters drawn. So I'm going to grab my concentric constraint up here in my constraints panel by left clicking on it, and I'm just going to select the circle on the left, then the circle on the right. And you can see what it did is it moved the one circle to go inside of the other one, and now it looks like there's just a single center point that pops up there. So now we're not limited to just full circles. The concentric constraint works with any sort of curved geometry, so that also means arcs. So if we move over here to my second example, we can see we have a small circle and then two different sized arcs over here. So these three purple dots that are showing up here, these are the three different center points, and I want them to all share the same center point. So again, I'm going to make sure my concentric constraint is activated. I'm going to select my first arc and then my circle. It'll move them so that they're concentric with one another. They share that center point. And then let's do the same thing with my second arc and that circle. And it made that concentric as well. You'll notice that I no longer have three purple dots on my screen. I just have this single dot there because they share the same center point. And if these were to change in size, you'll notice that they keep the same center point even though the diameter of the circle and the radius of the arcs is changing here. And then again here it works with a slot as well because a slot is actually made up of two lines and two arcs. So I want this circle right up here to be concentric with this left end of the slot. So I'm going to start that constraint. I'm going to select that circle, and then I'm going to select the arc that I want it to be concentric to. And you'll notice the concentric constraint symbol pops up, and now my circle has been moved inside of that slot here, and they share the same center point at the end. So that's how we can use the concentric constraint in Autodesk Inventor.